So, earlier this year I made my first ever review video on this, the Zoom LiveTrak L8. That was the video where I tried to smush my face as close to the camera as possible and you all commented on it. Anyway, I made a mistake with some of the information in that video about this mixer, so I wanted to just clear that up in a short video. Jumping straight into it, the mistake I made was where I talked about the jack to XLR and the TRS cable to XLR not working at all. Now, just in case you've just clicked on this to quickly find out, they do work. Signal does actually get sent. And I remember thinking that was kind of weird that they wouldn't send signal. What it is that the headphone outputs are very low, and I do remember testing this, running it direct to a speaker and just being like, man, I'm getting nothing. I wasn't getting nothing. The signal level was just so low from those headphone outputs that it wasn't enough to hear coming through a powered speaker. But a way you can get around this if you want to use a monitor speaker is, and I know this is extra gear, it's, you know, can be an issue, but I've done this successfully, effectively at gigs, is I've run an output from those headphone outputs, those monitor mixers, into another mixer, which has then given me a line level to send out. So I wanted to clear that up, and I thought, seeing as I'm making this video, it would be kind of cool to chat about 1 year on having used this mixer. So, a couple of quick fire questions after 1 year's use of the Zoom LiveTrak L8. Do you still like the mixer? Yes, still love the mixer, super useful, and I love that it's really easy to just set up and do a recording session with it. I'm over here. Any frustrations with the mixer? Yes, I would love the ability to have some EQ on the main output. Hello, this way. I don't think he gets it. Is there any part you thought you'd use, but you haven't used it? I thought I would use it more on battery power, doing some cool filming in all sorts of locations. Just hasn't really happened, although it's actually still something I really want to do, and I'm glad that I can do with this. Is there anything that surprised you with this mixer? Kind of. I remember doing a live stream and figuring out the different mixes, so I could send one signal to our live stream, one signal to front of house doing a full show, and I forgot that muting a channel applies to just every mix, whereas once you change the mix you have the option to bring the faders up or down to effectively mute a channel. Excuse me, sir, what would you go for over here if you were to buy it again? I'm torn between two other mixers if I were to buy something else instead of the L8 if I was purchasing it now, and I haven't tried either of these, but that would be the Tascam Model 12. I like that every channel has a full channel strip, sweepable mids for the EQ per channel, and a sweepable mid option on your main output if you've got any rogue frequencies in a mix. So there's one. The second one, and again, these are more expensive, they're not in the same price bracket as the L8, but they have some features that would be super handy for the live aspect. The second one is actually the QSC TouchMix, which allows you to plug in a USB and record individual channels. Both of those are much more expensive mixers. They're not in the same price bracket as the LiveTrak L8, but for recording live shows as well as being able to have a really great room sound, I think they're both two really great options. I haven't tested them out, but those are the two that are on my radar if you're maybe looking to spend a bit more or looking at some other options. I also want to point out quickly that I missed out a couple of things in that initial review video that I kind of took for granted. One is that I chose the L8 because I love the fact that it's battery powered, it's portable, I can run it from a USB, like phone power bank, as well as the battery options. Second was the multi-track recording feature for testing out ideas, and I did a video on this, so I feel that's kind of covered, but I did miss it in the initial review that I did. Thank you for watching. I'm very sorry for my continuously changing accent, but I hope you like this video. If you like to, you can like the video and subscribe.